Welcome to the Inferno Cast, everyone. We have our friend Renato Tavares here today, which is a true legend in the industry and the sport. So I really wanted to talk about, some specific parts of your career because you have a very long, successful career. You've competed at every tournament in the world. You fought MMA. You have associations all over the world. So I wanted to get specific of when you were a kid, how did you discover Jiu Jitsu and what was that like when you first found it?
Yeah, jiu-jitsu when I start, for sure, is not even close to what's going on right now. When I start was more self-defense, teach you values and give you more kind of lifestyle. Was like tournament all the time. We have a tournament maybe once a year that time. And I start training jiu-jitsu because my doctor recommend. I have some problem to breathe. It wasn't asthma, but I have some problem to breathe. I start swimming. But my city was in the mountains close to Rio. And because it was cold, in the winter time, it's getting really cold. And then they said, oh, go do jiu-jitsu. Jiu-jitsu is really good martial arts. The coach there is amazing. And they was under kind of Helio Gracie. They training on the Gracie, on the Rio together. But, yeah, when I started was more because of my healthy issues that I had.
Yeah.
And jiu-jitsu was a little bit different. The other day, I have another talking, these lives that we have been doing now. When I started was more as a self-defense and sport and healthy. It wasn't like competing, like it's totally different. We did a lot of even open hand slaps to make sure you understand that jiu-jitsu is a self-defense. Somebody try to attack, how we're going to block, how we're going to push the person down, how we control. And it was always about, again, self-defense. Never ever to attack anybody. It's just to control the situation, and then from there, you can wait for somebody comes, or even can let the other person know that is the limit. If you want to go past the limit, now you can get hurt. Don't have the structure of the class is more on the teacher values, not too much in the competition that it is right now.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that that's what brings a lot of kids to martial arts nowadays too, is, parents see the need for, like with you, you had a health situation, or if parents have like they need some confidence, the things that bring kids to martial arts was the same thing then. So when you started classes, was it a big deal to you? Was it scary or intimidating, or was it just another activity?
Well, I started young. I started 6 years old. I was just a kid. Just go there. Have a lot of play, a lot of games, and but like I was talking before, was more like a philosophy. Because I remember we learning stuff in the class, and we have a test. Know the history of jiu-jitsu, name of the technique. And then where coming from? Came from India, went to Japan. We need to know all that. And it's not just know the movements, but you need to know the history of jiu-jitsu.
So it was a full rounded education. It was a
Yes.
true martial education.
Yes.
Do you feel like that you've carried that on with you over all the years of like that's important to know where it came from and the history and to remember that?
Yeah, I think it's important, because like right now, see, if you try ask questions for the new generation, who's the big name 5 years ago? Maybe they're gonna remember some. 10 years ago, maybe gonna remember one or two. 20 years ago, they don't know nobody. It's important. Where everything start. When the jiu-jitsu grow, who was the fighters? The people that really fought there for medal. Pay for shirt and medal. Sometimes even not a shirt, just a small medal, but have the pride, to fight for your team. And then this is different right now. And then for sure, I know it's grow as a sport, but I think they need to remember more where this is coming from. Who was the founders? Who was the big names? The first mundial, that they make that thing grow and get that big.
Absolutely. I mean, because
Like Margarida, man, like Fábio Gurgel, Liborio. Have some
yes,
names still there, but have names disappear because people doesn't remember them anymore.
it's almost like there's a news cycle for jiu-jitsu where it's like you're relevant and then it passes. You're relevant and it passes. And I
Yes.
agree with you, that as martial artists, part of it is the history and it's knowing where you come from, because you can't understand the whole journey if you don't know where the journey kind of started. And I think
Mm-hmm.
that's where a lot of people sometimes they get caught up in what's my next belt, what's the next competition, and their perspective is kind of small. But as being a lifelong martial artist, you know what the real journey's about and what the path
Mm-hmm.
is really going to be like. So that's probably why you're influencing and trying to encourage them to look to the past, understand, the history. And I think that's very valuable because like for you, I mean, because Carlson Senior was your coach, right?
Yeah, like because I start training the Teresópolis, and I trained for 6 to about 18 years old there.
Oh,
With
that's a long time. Yeah,
yeah,
actually,
Geni
I've been to
Ribeiro.
Teresópolis, and I can tell you it is very cold there because I
Yeah.
packed for Brazil thinking it was going to be warm, and we went up to Teresópolis to stay, and it was so cold. I couldn't
Mm-hmm.
believe it.
Yeah, it's like, and then I trained with Geni Ribeiro and Leah Martins for
Yeah,
that period of time. And then when I moved in 88 to Rio, and then I start training under Carlson Gracie.
yeah. And so, how was that transition? I mean, you had been training for almost 10 years. You had a lot of talent, a lot of focus. What was the difference of training directly with Carlson versus your other school?
Like I said, I think the other school was more focused on technique and self-defense and more on the building a human being, like
Yes.
build your character. And Carlson was more about fighting, but at the same time about a brotherhood. And then,
Yeah.
I think I'm very fortunate to have both sides. I
Yeah.
was able to learn in one way, be able to train on that stuff. When I have a Carlson against Barra Gracie, there was kind of team against team, very strong thing, and we have this brotherhood. I think in for Geni is more Ito side, and I have a Carlson that more Carlos side, and then
Yeah.
I think I'm super fortunate to have both, the mix of both sides together, learning kind of different ideas that I can build in my own thing. But I'm glad I have this opportunity to learn on both different directions.
Absolutely. I mean, because different influences are important for people, just from an education perspective. It's nice to hear people from a different viewpoint sometimes, and especially from the origination of the style and the art with like what you were connected to. Because, like I don't look at it as which one was better. I look at it as what were the differences and what did you take from each one. And I think that was a really good explanation of like, the beauty, artistic, human
Mm-hmm.
expression versus the competitive fighting brotherhood part of it that bred the loyalty. So if you had to choose something that training with Carlos Senior brought out of you, like when you showed up and you started training there, what was something that just kind of started coming out of you being in that environment?
On Carlson, I think the one thing is stick with me is the brotherhood. We because one thing that time we didn't have. Right now we can have team A, B, C, D, whatever. That time it's just one. Just two guys from that team going to compete, and we have so many great talents inside the gym. And we have this qualifying to go fight in the big tournaments. And then I remember I was fighting like a 2 or 3 fights, almost like a tournament to go to the tournament, and 100% was even harder than in the tournament. And then this brotherhood, we train hard, you fight each other, you fight for the qualifying. You choose the two guys, but after everybody was there for them, for the
Yeah.
two, they're gonna represent the team. If I lost, my qualifying was there for the guy who was representing the team. If I win, the guy lost him, he was there for. And then this brotherhood, and I think that the warrior mentality too, that to fight.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what's going on, whatever happened, you need to overcome. You need to come and push back and go harder. And the Ito side, when I train Geni, I have a lot of part of the waiting for the right moment, And then I think kind of this building my game too. If I'm in the bad position, I'm patient, I'm waiting. But if I'm in a good position, attack, attack, attack. And then my game is building from both sides. I think I have both that. But this fighting thing and fight for, and then I get more from the Carlson side, to push
Yeah.
pressure and go forward.
Do you think that the both influences is what made you such a great competitor? Do you think having the dual education is what made you so good whenever it was time to go compete and perform at tournaments?
Yeah, probably that's a big thing. But we talk about both sides education. I always want to learn. You know, I bring people in. I pick people brains about competing. Thank you. I pick people brain about competing, about strategy, technique, and what they think about the body position. I'm studying jiu-jitsu. I love to study jiu-jitsu. There's one thing I like to teach seminars because I'm passing their knowledge. You know, I even call the little things like the VIP, very important points. I like to give them to people.
Yeah.
And then I call VIP. And I like to bring people to my school. They teach seminars or they come here to train for us. I put them to training. I exchange movements. I answer questions because I think is as martial artists, you always want to grow and learning. And you know, whatever you can learn more. My mind is that way. I love to teach brothers because I teach something to people, ask questions, and then we talk about it, and then we can get something more, little detail here and there. And then I think that the both influence help me be more that way to try find out more. You know, I love to learning. I bring people in. I spend hours on the mat, talk about positions, ask me questions, or if people ask me something, and then well, let's do this. Wait, let's see my body here. Let's see the angle. And I did a physical education in Brazil too. And then with that, I think helped me to try find more details, informations, angles, leverage on the movements, you know?
Yeah. It's just like it's a continual, just absorbed into it, journey for you. That's awesome. So now when you look back when you started competing and you had momentum, what's one of your most memorable matches that impacted you, not because whether you won or you lost, but impacted you on the inside? It's like, this was the turning point in my career whenever you knew what you were capable of. Was there a moment like that,
Yeah, like I said, I came train when I start training young and start competing. I think you don't have that because for you in the beginning it's almost like a game, you know. It's not like you don't, if you lose, you win, doesn't matter, you know. And then I think because I start that young with that mentality, I never, of course, nobody likes to lose, you know. But I take the lose when I'm not even called lose. Say like I'm learning with the learning process, you know. I'm learning on that. If I maybe did a mistake, didn't win, okay, next time I'm gonna do this. But with all this together, I think it really helped me develop go there and do different things, you know.
Yeah. Was there a point in which you decided you were going to do jiu-jitsu as a professional, when you're like, I'm going to do this for a living, this I'm going to feed family? Was it more of being a coach or a competitor, or was it both? Was there a time that transition happened?
Yeah, when I moved to Rio, to go to the university, and then by that time, like you go to university, I started to study engineer first. I did engineer for 2 years, but I said I don't want to be in the office. I don't want to be sitting behind the desk, you know. I told my father, no, I don't want to do this. I want to do physical education. And then he said, no problem, you can do it. But now I did this for you, and this one I pay for. If you want to go to the next one, you need to study enough. In Rio, able to go for free education on the university and college, but you need to pass, you know. And then I did the called vestibular there in Brazil, and I was able to pass to the state university. And then when I started doing that, and then I stopped working because my father he knew some people there. I put him to work in the office there. Say, I don't want to do this, but I need to make my own money. And then I started teaching when I was purple belt.
Okay.
And then, what the question you did before, like I think when I moved to Carlson, maybe in the Carlson Grace team, I created a mentality to be more of a fighter, you know, like not just go there. And then I want to always, we train is crazy. You know, I remember go to the gym 4:30 to 6, go to my coach house to 6 to 7, come back to 7 to training, 7 to 9. You know, and then I was studying in the morning. Then we go to the university in the morning, but I have the afternoon free that I couldn't put time to train. You know, and then I think that mentality from Carlson that developed more like be a fighter and be there that I need do something to make money. And then when I started to do the physical education, that I wasn't working engineer anymore. Now I need to do this, and then I started teaching. I was a purple belt that time. It was kind of I need to make some money to, you know, pay my bills. And
yeah. What year was your first world championship?
My world championship. My first one was a master. I fought the adults and I got a third place. It was in 96. My third place. And my first masters was in 2012.
So back whenever you fought in the world championship, whenever you medaled, did that change your approach to the game, or was that just another day?
Was pretty much another day, because like the guys I fought on the wards that time, most of the guys was training real. I was fighting them all the time. And then for me, it didn't have too much change. It was kind of just the name, because I was fighting the guys in the States and Copa Company that they're going to put another one again this year. Copa Company is really the company to start put jiu-jitsu in a high level in Brazil. And after years, I mean, if you can have 25 years, they don't do nothing. They're going to do another one in December in Brazil. They're going to bring back I think they're even going to bring back Carlson against Barra Grace.
Oh, wow.
In Rio,
That'll be
December
awesome.
4th.
And so I brought that up just because, see, from the American side of it, seeing the world championships come up, it's kind of a different view of the guys competing and who's in the tournament versus a lot of you guys that kind of started this back in the 90s. To you, it was like just another tournament, because it was like you're seeing these guys all the time, from the same area, like there was a degree of familiarity to it of, I got to compete against this guy and that guy.
Let me tell you something. For me, this idea of be a new event was the Pan Ams. For me, Pan Ams was big because it was in the U.S. And it was the first time I came to compete in West, going to compete with guys right there. I competed for a lot of guys that I compete there, but I have new Americans people competing here too, And then I feel more this different atmosphere, when I came to compete on the Pan Ams. And then, of course, when I did my first world championship here, master world championship, and then, be the pyramid or being a big event. And then again, it's no bring, man, that's different, this big, that's nice. Because from 2002 to 2009, I kind of stopped competing in IBJJF because I moved to US to teach here.
Yeah.
And I did my last Pan Ams on 2002. And then turned me back in IBJJF in 2009 when I put it back in the gear, start training more again. And then was when the big tournaments start coming again. The Pan Ams already have a couple of great years. But a couple of years later, 2009, 2012, we have the first World Masters here. And it's kind of, now it's World Master, in US. And then was kind of bring me back, the competing the high level. Masters right now, Master 1, Master 2, it's the same thing you're fighting adults. It's all beef is there,
Yeah, it's talented guys that are still in great shape, and I think that things are changing too, to where a lot of the athletes are staying healthier and more active longer. Like guys are able to compete into their 30s and almost in their 40s at a very high level. I've seen that because I think that people are getting smarter as far as how they train and the science behind it and taking care of their bodies.
And I think that have these master awards and Pan Ams masters help that too. Because I remember when I started competing, and maybe I was 38, 40, and it's kind of, man, competing adults, I can't, and then it's kind of almost put a barrel right there, you see a couple of guys competing, but not everybody put the time for that. But after they create this, gave hope for people maybe 50, 60, man, I can be in good shape, compete against guys my age. And then I think that creation of the Masters awards make more people be more exciting to keep training. We see for the last 5 years, a lot of old school guys that stop training come back to compete. And then that's awesome. You see high-level guys in 50s, high-level guys in 45, 40, 60 years old, like Megaton. Megaton is a monster. The guys like I always that inspire me, inspire other people too,
Yeah. Oh man, I've always enjoyed watching him just because he was always such a gamer. Like he was just down for whatever. He's a great guy.
And then have all the other guys, he's always there. Now Barbosa came back, Barbosa, great fighter. And then we're going to see more names like Shaolin come here and there. I think you're going to start competing more. And these, I think, going to bring a little bit back the history of jiu-jitsu, People want to be able to see those guys. Oh, who's this guy? Oh, this guy won world championship in 97, 98, you know, and then these guys now bring this stuff back. I think that the master awards and guys competing master PNMs going to bring, you know, close, can make the people get close a little bit more for the old jiu-jitsu, new jiu-jitsu. And even there, like in the old, that people talk about, oh, this old school, new school, doesn't have old school, new school. I think it's still evolution of this sport, you know. I have my game that I brought from when I was training the Carlson years ago. But if you want to keep in the game right now, you need to learn the new things, you know. If you're not going to put in your game, I learned it stuff to know how they do it, how I can avoid, in case they're on the scramble, maybe I'm going to be able to go for something. I remember now, I came back to compete in adults in 2013. 7 years ago, I was 45 years old. And I'm going to try, I drop weight. I went to do the light feather. I said, I'm going to go there and test myself. I don't have no expectation to win, but I'm going to test myself there. And I fought this guy, and he did a tornado sweep on me, you know? Yeah. And then I remember when I was going to the guy was pushing me to tornado sweep, and then the guy's outside. But when he finished the tornado sweep, I was doing a lot of beating ball drills. I went for his back. I spin and get his back. It wasn't my game, but because we're drilling on the scramble, the stuff came. And it was funny because I can hear the guys, oh!
Right.
Yeah, they go, oh, we're going to get a sweep, and then I got his back.
Yeah.
But I think it's important. You always training, you know, learning. Because, again, if you're not, maybe not putting your game, but in the scramble, something can pop right there. Or you're learning how to avoid, you know, what you cannot, this beating ball thing, the way, how I moved my leg straight, I moved my body away. I don't want the person getting close. And then you learn deal. Now with this lapel under the leg, the warm guard, I have students that play. I like to play with. And then what I do is like how I can avoid this, how I cannot let the person get this control or their control. And then it's still the process of learning things. I sometimes I hold the control. Maybe I use, you know. Yeah. Don't gonna be my main game. Don't gonna be my game number one, but it can happen during the fight on the scramble. Something that comes.
It's that being a continual student, you know, and allowing the creativity of jiu-jitsu to keep going because it never ends.
And enjoy, you know. I think you can enjoy jiu-jitsu because you play different things and then different things, and then you enjoy jiu-jitsu. And jiu-jitsu is supposed to be, you need to enjoy, you know, like what you do. If you start be a job and you training hard, you're gonna get, and if you not enjoy what you're doing, and then it's gonna be boring, and then you're gonna be, I don't want to do this anymore. I think that's another thing too that I love. I love training. I love putting myself in position, learning movements, test myself. I love testing myself. That's why I compete so much. You know, I try right now, drop a little bit. Have 1 year, I compete 16 events. And those 16 events, 3 was MMA events. I did three MMA fights, and the other 13 was gi, no gi. Have a tournament that I fought 4 different divisions. I won gi and no gi in adults, and then I won gi and no gi in masters. And I was referee too. It was crazy that day. The guy was calling me, hey, come here. But no, wait. I'm a referee here. And then I was competing right there. The guy called me, no, finish here, go there.
You just wear all
I love the being inside there, you know, like the atmosphere, see old friends, you know. Guys I fight, we talk to each other, we support each other, we message each other, you know. We create a bond, you know, like the friendship and the brotherhood, you know. Doesn't matter if you fight. You go there, you kill each other. Outside, man, I remember European 2018, 19, last year. The day I competed was my birthday. And then I competed for a guy. We did the same quarterfinal. I competed against him. I fought him a couple times before. And then we finished there. It's like, oh, man, I saw in the Facebook, it's your birthday. Yeah. Man, I'm going to invite you to go out. And then it was me, him, and Suyan. Then we went to Portugal. And then we went eat at that place. And then stopped to drink and be another one, eat another place. It was like a 4 or 5 hours together, you know. And then that's the good thing in jiu-jitsu, you know. You create brotherhood, you create friendships forever, you know.
Yeah, and that's what it needs to be about is, you know, bringing people together, helping them be empowered and, you know, and find their best self. Because like for you, you have so many students There's probably a lot of students that you know will never be a world champion, but they don't have to be. They can just be the
Mhm.
best version of themselves, right?
And this another thing too. Sometimes I was talking to a couple guys the other day about this. We have the idols. We have people that we're looking for, but don't try to be them. Need to be yourself. You need to train. You push yourself. You do. If you're like, oh, I want to be like that guy, and then you don't have the body type. You don't have the mindset. You don't have the time he has or whatever. When you're training, have a guy as an idol, like I have a Liborio, I have a Fábio Gurgel, Margarida, Nino Chambry. I always look at these guys, man. These guys have amazing jiu-jitsu, but I never want to be one like one of them. No, I want to be myself. I want to see the way they fight, the mentality. I want to pick the brain and learn and understand how they think about fighting or how they training. But I get all the informations for me, for I be my building my own way to training, my own mentality. I never want to be another person. That if you want to be another person, I think that's a lot of people fail
Yeah.
to be a champion because they just maybe think about I want to be that guy, and then you need to be yourself.
Yeah.
I remember when I moved to Vero, was 2007. I just have white belts and blue belts to training, one or two purple belts. In 2009, I maybe have maybe two purple belts, a couple more blue belts that I formed. But once I train, I have to come back to the fighting at high level in IBJJF. And I went there and win. I create my scenario. I create my training with the tools I had. I didn't have black belts training for me, And then what I can do to create scenarios. Gonna let the guy start on my back, let the guy start on the side control, let the guy start in the mount, and escape from here, and then create scenarios in my mind. Okay, I'm losing by 4. I need to do 6 points, and then with that, I was able to. But I never want to be. I want to be that guy. I like the guy. That guy's my idol. I remember Marcelo Berenguer, Jean-Jacques, all these old school guys, Marcelo Berenguer, Jean-Jacques, Murilo Bustamante. I like to see the guy. Those guys are my idols, but I don't want to be them. I want to be myself and learning from them.
Yeah, it's like you don't want, if you start trying to become somebody else, it's an idea that's never achievable. So you reinforce the failure because you will never be them
And
because you're not them.
you lost yourself.
Exactly. Exactly. So whenever you're coaching people and you're trying to influence them, how do you encourage people or what steps do you give people to help find themselves? Because a lot of people have confidence problems, self-image problems. They just don't believe that they can be better, even off the mats. So what are some tools or some advice that you give people to help them find who they really are?
Yeah, one thing we always talking here is improve yourself in all aspects of your life every day. Inside the mat, outside the mat, the relationship with your friends, relationship if you're married, with your wife, relationship with your kids. And so like I was talking, you want to be a black belt inside the mat, that's great. But it's more important to be a black belt outside there. And we guide them. It's like, nothing's easy. We need to push the pace. You need to go hard. And you think you're going harder, look at how the other person training. They training harder. They do more weights. They spend more time on the mat. Right now, we're about, say, 3 weeks after PNMs. The week after PNMs, when they say they're going to cancel and everything, my weight was, usually my weight's 157, 158. By that time, my weight's 154, 153, and I have probably 154. I need to be 151. Since that's for 4 weeks to now I'm in the weight class for fighting. Because with all this happened, I have been training 7 a.m. conditioning. I have been doing 6 p.m. conditioning every day. And at least 3 or 4 times a week, I try training jiu-jitsu. And a lot of people, if you put the question right now, how many those guys was training to go to fight in PNMs, how many guys in shape right now? Or that shape that could be to fight in PNMs? How many guys? If you maybe 5%,
Yeah.
Maybe more, maybe less. Now, if you answer the question, how many even better shape? Gonna find,
Zero.
maybe, man, I feel now that I'm in better shape than I was there 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Because what we did, we create a page on the Facebook to help people from the association to have something to do. And I having every morning, 7 a.m., I'm here live, and then we do conditioning, body weight conditioning. And then that's the third week that I have been doing that. And 6 p.m., we do kettlebells, dumbbells, exercise for 3 weeks. And then these 3 weeks, my idea is motivate people to don't stop, have schedule. You know, that's just, but people don't know what I do. Have a schedule. I'm here 7 a.m. for you. I'm here 6 p.m. for you. I'm here posting position for you. Saturday, we're gonna have yoga class, and then I try to keep them with something coming. You know, like, and I made a video the other day, and I post that too about this. It's not because everything change. You don't gonna have the same routines. You know, I still wake up 5:30 in the morning, 6 a.m. Right now, Monday, Wednesday, usually I go to South, drive an hour. Now I don't have that drive, but I wake up 5:30, 6 o'clock, and then I study. I have a course that I've been doing to learning more about what I can do better for my business. And this is not just for jiu-jitsu, but for other things too. Building my confidence, building my idea what the best way to go, my passion, the stuff that I can do, and make everything get smaller. And then I wake up 5:30 in the morning, and then I get a coffee, and then I study. 7 a.m. I'm live in here, finish that. I take a shower, and then I take breakfast, and then maybe I study a little bit more or do some videos. And then at 11 o'clock, we try to be together, do some positions, some training. In the afternoon, I spend time with my family. My daughter's here, and then that's before I do the same. Then about 1 o'clock, I'm coming here, and then she want to run, she want to climb stops, and we're here for her. And then usually by 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, I'm going to the gym. And then I have the 6 o'clock conditioning. And then my schedule didn't change much. Yeah. My morning routine is almost the same. My night routine, because I need to wake up earlier, is didn't change much. Some days I sleep another 40 minutes, an hour late, but I try, because I need to wake up 5:30, sleep at the same time. Then my routines, my schedule didn't change much, because I fill up with things to make sure it doesn't change. And the stuff that I've been telling people, use this time to learn something, you know, to grow, personal growth, you know, and or whatever in the business, or if you want to be athletes. Most of the athletes right now doesn't do nothing. If you training right now, you're gonna be ahead of everybody after this, you know. There's like have a girl in the association tried the condition this week, and she's like, "Oh, it was awesome because I was kind of getting boring. I didn't dismotivated, but right now with this, you know, every day we do something different. Now I feel motivated. Now she start motivating other people, start messaging other people. I'm gonna do the training for Mr. Renato. We're gonna share after, and then you know you that's what we need to do. The movement you need to do. Oh, V.
Yeah, it's inspiring others. You know,
Yes.
I mean, just like your little one right there. Like, people, they learn by example, and you're leading from the front and showing them what it should look like, and holding yourself to a high standard. You know, and people are going to mimic that.
Mm-hmm. And then I posted about yesterday, no, 2 days ago, I posted about, you know, like what's going on, you know, like we so much people post negative things and be negative, you know. You need to shift this, you need to change this, you know, because if you sit in the front of the TV all day, you're gonna drain you down, you know. Like, and then when you go to social media, you're gonna start screwing up. Maybe you're gonna pass over some positive stuff. You're gonna pass through. You're gonna see something negative. You're gonna attach with.
Yes.
Hey, man, stop this. You know, need to have a different mentality. We have a time right now that a lot of people always ask for. Oh, if I have a time for this. Oh, I wish I have time. Now you have all the time you need. You know.
Exactly. The number one complaint people always have is, I don't have time. Well, now everybody has lots of time, you know, except for a few, you know, like our essential employees, you know, like that are having to go out and keep things running. But a majority of people have a lot of extra time. And the question is, what are they doing with it? And are they doing something positive with it? Are they growing? Are they getting creative? And I feel like a lot of people, they need some direction of what to do at this time, because a lot of people have never had this opportunity before. And I think that you're doing a great job of leading from the front and demonstrating to them, this is what a high standard looks like. This is what an overachiever in this world is going to do in this downtime. You know, you're probably busier now than you normally are anyway, because you're being more creative to where you're not doing the same old routine. So you have to learn new things, create. So, you know, you're probably busier now than you usually are.
And then, like I said, like if you have this time that you're gonna sit in your house for hours, that learning stuff, you know, this was like giving it today. I did another video. Yesterday, I did another video about fear. You know, the fear can make you not step forward. You know, everybody gonna be afraid of the future. Yeah, but if you're stuck right now, it's gonna be worse in the future. No? Now it's time to go study something. You know, if you even change your career. No, if you want to be photographer, you want to be maybe start learning how to do a website. Maybe you pay for so long people to do a website. Now you can have learn it and do your own website. Don't need to pay anybody else.
Absolutely.
Find your passion. You know, find the stuff that fire you up. Because if you have that, you're gonna make it happen. You're gonna resource. You're gonna be the resource. You're gonna resource thing to learn how to do it. And you're gonna make it happen.
Yeah, you'll find a way to be successful. I mean, like you said, when you were surrounded with white belts and blue belts, you found a way to be successful because, you know, there was no negotiating any other option. It was, I will find a way regardless. And especially, you know, you moving from Brazil, you know, moving to a new country, because you were here twice, right? Because you actually had to go back to Brazil for some family, right?
Yeah, my father passed away in 2002, and then I went there, come back 2003.
Yeah. You know, so I mean, it's just all of you have had every excuse to not be successful, but yet you found a way to be successful no matter what. And I think that that's what people can learn from.
And like all this going on right now, you know, I need to, I'm super busy, try organizing stuff here. And that's the kind of video I'm going to put tomorrow. You know, I have 5 gyms that is kind of connected to me that I need to be there for them. And it's not just myself, you know, not just for my gym. I have the guy we have in Palm Coast. He's there. He's his wife. And then we have money maybe to hold the gym for another month. And then we have a Portion Lucy gym here that have 2 guys work for me. And then I have another guy from Brazil that's with me here in my gym. And I need to think about these people's lives too. And it's not just me, you know. It could be, oh, this happened, man, guys, I'm sorry, but now, you know, find a way to. But I know it's like it's I need to even care and do stuff for others, because it's about caring. You know, like, as a leader, I need to be the example. As a leader, I need to be there for them and encourage them, because a lot of those guys call me, man, what's gonna happen? Man, we're gonna go over this. You know, let's keep positive. And then we create something that we create the page for the association. Keep sending videos for the students, message them, ask how they do it. You know, send stuff, and then that way we can keep the students motivated, and then we're gonna pass over this, but we're gonna have something there. The students gonna look to us like, man, the guys, when everything was bad, they was there for us. And I even told the students that right now they cannot pay, they don't worry about it. You know, when everything go out, come twice a week. If you cannot pay for the first 2 months, come for it. Because we here, the way we have the gym, we have the thing, because they pay us for years. And now we're going to give it back to them? No, coming in. Let's support. And then when you feel like you're back on your feet, then you pay us back. The ones that like support us right now, we're going to give a discount. We're going to do private lessons. We're going to do seminars. You know, but it's the mentality we need to have. I see a lot of people closing the gyms. I'm going to close. Oh, when I think I come back again and let the students. Man, these people building and make you be successful all the way to here. Why are you going to turn your back for them? Don't do it. You know,
you gotta work hard for your people, you know, because it takes the team to build the dream. You know, it's kind of a cliche thing, but it's so true, because we wouldn't be where we are without the people around us, you know, positive and negative. I mean, everything that we've been through has shaped us. And whenever we have an opportunity to invest back in people that have invested in us, you know, even if it's just, you know, a little bit of good nature of, hey, don't worry for the first couple months back at the gym, or, you know, come to the seminar, we'll do some private lessons. It's a relationship that we are trying to help each other be successful in life. and this martial arts jiu-jitsu community brings us together to
Mm-hmm.
do that. You know, it gives us a platform to help people because, you know, a lot of us aren't doctors, we're not psychologists, we're not, you know, these people that can go solve the world problems, but we do understand how to lead people and support people, and we can show them a skill that builds them up.
Yeah, and then like that about the stuff we talk about the gyms too. You know, I think is we call the people with we call BJJ family, then BJJ family on the good and the bad time. You know, we need to support each other. I have guys that are in Orlando, and Jim Ali and Jason Pacino. They we talk to each other, and then I saw Pacino. I think Pacino post something or Ali post something. Say, man, if you guys want, I can do a free seminar for you. You know, just you can give some for your students.
Yeah.
And then they got, oh, okay, thank you. Now they did it for us. You know, and then we start. It doesn't need to be the same team. We need to support each other as a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu community. We have a lot of people talking live. You know, and have the stuff we have been doing here right now.
Yeah.
But I think right now that if you can help each other, send a movement or give it 30 minutes seminar or class, you know, for all the people, students, you're gonna add value there, and then people are gonna be appreciated. You know, gonna be appreciated for what you did for them that time. You know, and then I think is super important. You know, like we support each other in all aspects we can do now.
Doing the right thing for people usually has way more upside than downside. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
and that's kind of the thing that I think comes with maturity in the martial arts journey for a lot of people is you start seeing that the world is your playground, and that's where you're supposed to influence. I mean, it's like I was in Australia last year training with a friend of mine and ran into another friend who's a black belt just randomly from America. You know, it's just like the world is smaller. You see people, you're connected with people. And I mean, just like our relationship, you know, through the years of see you at a tournament, you know, one of your affiliate schools, and then now we're having a conversation and, you know, just getting to kind of share this story of what the martial arts has done for you. It's important. People need to hear this stuff. I really believe that. Well, I appreciate it.
Whatever you need, man. Let me know. You know, same thing I offer those guys. If you want to get something there, I can do 30 minutes. You know, something for your students.
Yeah.
If people here this year, maybe they want something, just contact me. I can support them. You know, because we need to do the exchange right now. You know?
Absolutely. Well, I really do appreciate you taking time because I know you are busy keeping the association running, keeping people educated within your schools. Thanks for making a few minutes to talk to me, and I really appreciate the stories and the inspiration. Is there anything that you want to finish with?
No, just that, you know, like just stay together right now, you know, and even after this pass, and I think after this pass, we're going to be even more united. Don't forget what's going on right now. All the hard time we have, all these uncertainties that we have when this finish, you know. Get a lesson from this, you know. Like I think right now we see a lot more people contact each other, even like using live things. But if you're able to be face to face the person, be face to face the person. If you're able to, if you want to contact another person, call, not just message, you know. Get the conversation, you know, have the more the personal thing, you know. Message kind of, you send a message and stuff like this, but we need to get this and use this time right now to connect, you know, like this stuff you have in that. I remember when I was young, we seated together, we barbecue together, and then we need to bring this back, you know, that we do stuff more together, you know. And the schools too, you know, after this pass, let's go do seminars, let's do barbecue, let's do, you know, go somewhere just to listen to music, but be more united, you know, because I post like the first week about, man, right now how much we miss a handshake, a hug, you know, a laugh on the mat, you know, like that time you have on the mat, like we're laughing, we're talking, hang out after hard training, and then I think we're gonna appreciate more of this after this, you know, and just like think about this, you know, appreciate more what you had, and when you come back and have that again, man, super appreciate it, and be there more and enjoy more, you know.
All about the gratitude, my man. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes.
I hope you have a great day, and we'll definitely be in touch soon.
All right, brother. Thanks so much for the opportunity.